Grace and peace to you all. This is Pastor Pimpong. This is the day the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. My beloved, today is the 13th day of the 4th month of the new year 2019. And by the grace of God, you are alive there and I'm alive here. Listen, here I am. I am right in my parking lot in the yard. In fact, 13 days. That makes it almost 103 days that God has carried us. He's carried us for 103 days. By His grace, you are alive and I'm alive. But one thing that is so beautiful is that yesterday, the Lord gave us rain. I mean, it was heavy. So much so that visibility was zero, almost zero. Driving on the highway on Gate City Boulevard, as I was going, even the car ahead of me, I couldn't see. And it was so bad that it could easily cause a wreck. I saw so many wrecks, that's accidents, bumper, a car drove into the back of another car and all that on the road. And today to watch what has happened. It's raining heavily. And my stream, the stream that is right on my property right here, has overflooded. I've never seen it in this flood stage. So bad that it has come all over on the property, all over on this side of the land, of the property, and it's caused almost like a stream, a river. Can I say a lake or can I say an ocean? It is flowing. Look, I'm going to show it to you soon. I'm just so excited. I just look at this and I see the handiwork of God, how it is that God, it is like the river or the water is just talking, how they are all excited that they've come together and they are having fellowship, moving together in the one direction. Mine, I could be poetic on this, but it's so beautiful. But just look at it. You can see the flow of it right here on the land. It's come, the stream is that far underneath the trees over there. Okay, but see, it has overflowed its bank and flowed all the way into this place. So here you have, I can't, there's no way I can walk through this without wading through this, almost about an ankle deep. That's an ankle deep, an ankle. It comes all the way to my ankle and I'm wading through it. So I want to take you to the main source of the river. It's where the river is flowing. So you can see what I'm witnessing here. You see all this flood. Look at this. This is enough to sweep somebody. If you go in, it will sweep you away. The current is so strong. The current is so strong. Can you see? Now here it is. You see the river? You see it flowing? This is Pastor Pimpong reporting today from my yard. You see, look at this river. It's coming, all the way. And I have to be very careful because I cannot tell between the bank of the river. I cannot tell it, so I can't go very closer because otherwise it will sweep me away. But you see how the current is flowing very, very fast, that if you are not careful and you go into it, or if I am not careful and I go into it, it will sweep me away. So before you realize, Pastor Pimpong has been swept away by the stream behind his house. The stream on his own property has carried him away. But this is it. You see how fast it is flowing? Oh my. And this is the handiwork of God. This is God. This is what God does. He gives us water. He gives us rain. A few days ago, a few weeks ago, we were in a cold, we had a cold spell where it was so cold, and it will rain intermittently. But before then, there was the snow, where we have heavy snow. It was very cold, heavy snow. But now, it has transitioned from snow, from the cold weather, into river, into rain, and the rain pouring so much so that the whole place is flooded. Look at the flood. Look at this. Look at the rain. Look at the rain. And it goes all the way. This is a very long stream. It's a long river that wraps around portions of forest oaks. And here it is, see, it's going very, very far. I can't go too far, but I can show you the distance. And all those areas, that is all part of my property. You see? Look at it. Look at it. I'm wading through it. But if you look at it from a distance, you will think that the whole of this one is river. See, but look, the water has taken over. It is taking over the whole property. Look, the whole place filled with water. It's going to take a while before this water will recede and the place will dry out, because all this place I have to cut. I mow this place with my riding mower. I drive through here and cut the grass over here. But for now, it is all water. It is all river flowing. It's flowing to as far as it can go. So much water. And the beauty of it is that here in the US, they harvest all this rain and they go and it goes through a process and they purify it, and then send it back to the homes as drinking water. All this water is harvested, and that's what God does for every nation, wherever you have water. So we should be thankful wherever we have rain. The rain is not supposed to just be left to go wasted. No, the rain is water that God has given to us, that we also use the technology that God has given to us, the wisdom is given to us to refine, to take it through the filtration. You filter it and then clean it up and put some chlorine and all those things, and then send it back as water that you drink, and some are even used to water the farms or the garden. So here I am. This is Pastor Pimpong on my property, my house. This is the house. There's my house is right there. You can tell, and this whole yard is about 2.65 acres of land. It's very massive, not so massive, but it's the whole of this area. So all this water is flowing on my property, and it will go right over there, and the stream is going. So you see how fast the river is flowing. I just want to bring this to you to show you what God is doing. I mean, what God has done today. Rain, this is a blessing. I mean, they inconvenience some, but it's a blessing because God knows what He does. He gives us everything in due season. And for today, it is rain. Hallelujah. For today, it is what? Rain. There shall be showers of blessings. Isn't that the song we sing? So why should we complain when the showers have come? And they come in abundance. The Lord is blessing. Water, bountiful rain. Water over which some nations go to war. In the Middle East, we have it free here. Bountifully. Nations go to war over water. Some will blockade others. We don't allow the river to flow there. So they use the river. They have to go through, refine the water and all that, desalinate, take the salt out of some of them and all that. But people go to war over it. In my backyard, there's bountiful, plenty water. I don't know what to do with it. I wish I could capture it myself and know how to go through, do the filtration system, a distillation and all that. But I learned those way back to general science, back at school, many years back. Okay, then transition from that to mathematics. So I'll leave that for those of you who took all those things, chemistry and everything, all the way to the university level, perhaps these water resources, water resource management, and then you can know how to take the water and use it. Listen, this is what I'm bringing to you. God bless you. This is Pastor Pimpong. Show you my yard. This is it. That's the water. Let me give you a closer look to it, at it, and then you see what the Lord has done. See what the Lord has done. I have to take this man garbage from here, otherwise it will be swept off. I don't want it to be swept away by this current. I don't want to be swept away by this current. Very incessant one. Here is it. Take a look at it. I want you to take a look at it. Okay? Like a river glorious is God's perfect peace. Overall be victorious in its bright increase. Perfect yet it floweth, deeper every day. Hallelujah. Perfect yet it groweth, deeper every day. Stayed upon Jehovah, Hearts are fully blessed, fighting as he promised. Perfect peace and rest. Oh, I'm almost late. I was almost swept up by a knee deep. An ankle deep water. I was almost swept off my feet. But here it is. I want you to take a look at it. Like a river, glorious, is God's perfect peace. It's overall victorious in its bright increase. Perfect yet it grows deeper every day, finding as he promised. Perfect peace and rest. This is what you see. This is my yard. I'm showing you all this. This is all. Look at this. Look at the water. I can hear the siren of the fire truck or perhaps an ambulance. I mean, this is a fire truck. Something has happened, perhaps as a result of this water. You know, but look at it. You see, you know, it is at its flood stage and the current is so fast and severe, and that's what you see over here and on my property. Okay, this is what the Lord has done. Thank God for the elevation. Up there, up over there, there's an elevation, so it cannot go, it's not able to go closer to the house. You know, this is the flood stage. This happened to be here we call it wetland. This place is a wetland. So when I bought the place, I had to clear all the weeds and the fallen trees and the what do you call it, the thorny bushes, the briars and all of that, and we had to clear. It took us a long time. So many men from the church came and helped clear the whole place. We cut, but there were so many fallen trees. We had foxes living under, snakes and all those things, but we had to clear them all. So now the whole place is clear. We use this place for picnic and fellowshipping time. The church members come here, we do picnic and all that. But this is a very beautiful area. But today it's overtaken by a flood of water. The rain that we have had is an incessant dripping rain falling. And need I tell you what happened yesterday? Oh my! You see it on when I post the crusade, the video on the crusade. We're posting it very shortly, and please make sure you listen to the whole message, because God did something wonderful. Yesterday, okay? Just when I told you earlier on that the rain was so heavy yesterday, so much so that visibility was so zero. Okay, had reduced to a zero. You know, so when we went, I waited for it to taper off a little bit. And when it tapered off, we set up our instruments outside to have the crusade. Just when we started praise and worship for the crusade, then it started raining again. Can you imagine that? We lifted up our voices unto God, and I said, but Lord, you lock up the heavens and you open the heavens. Glorify your holy name. Magnify your name in the whole city of David. Let them know that we serve you, the living God. By the time I finished praying, the water had cut off, and God allowed us to hold a crusade through the night. That's what God. And now he has opened it back up again, and we have